We sing the tale of Maralone. Yo-ho, me lads, set sail to brave the curses sevenfold beyond the misty veil. Yo-ho-ho, beware what lurks below. Yo-ho-ho, below the shore we go. A mark of black upon our hands. Yo-ho, me lads, take heed. We're bound together, salt to sand. With every drop we bleed. Yo-ho-ho, we'll find what lurks below. Singing yo-ho-ho, below the shore we go.
Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Below the Shoreline, the penultimate episode. I'm throwing water bottles around. This is the energy we're serving today. My name is Eric Munro Schwan. This is a Chance Encounters Dungeons and Dragons mini campaign. I'm joined by an incredible cast. Let's just do the quick run through. You know them, you love them. It's Ian Frost.
Hi.
It's Asteria.
Hello.
It's Sam Rutledge. And John Webb.
Hello. Oh, my hand glitched. Hello.
We got the wave in the end, though, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
So, hopping into our recap. Last time on Below the Shoreline, our heroes in the island of Maralone reveled in the victory of having defeated the Kraken as much as possible, given the fact that during the fight, Qell's brother Fanti had been taken by a mysterious cloaked figure and given as the final sacrifice to Oceanus and whoever lies beyond the door. Qell and his sister Shayna's resolves were solidified even more, and the Ashakmar, seeing the Drywalker's prowess in battle and willingness to give aid to Guardios, agreed to collaborate with the Drylanders going forward and offer their assistance in finishing off the curses. Calanthe was visited in her mind by Guardios, who felt a particular kinship between them and offered Calanthe some additional power. Marius was visited in his dreams by his pappy Rhubarb, who encouraged him to continue to struggle onward and believe in himself and his friends. Love to hear it. Bene and Derringer Fellows discussed Bene leaving the island at the end of their current predicament, and Bene made the decision to have the aforementioned massive party after the heroes return from their final fight, providing a bit of a bright light for the future. But the next curse comes, as it always does, in the form of Quincy Quagmire, the leader of the Lost Men, who claims that their Fenback fort had been under siege for the past several nights and asked our heroes for help in defending it once more. The Ashakmar, our heroes, and the Lost Men's combined forces defended the fort. But before that, Marius found a traveling trunk and was able to open it with the last key on a mysterious keyring he had found, finding inside the diary of Priam Soldegas Lochlue, the first mate to Captain Gwenras Rubychin. The dust having just settled on their battle in the swamp, our heroes see off in the distance a smoke ring rising from the thought-to-be abandoned cabin of Trail Lightfall. Rushing there together, they confront the mysterious cloaked figure inside. And I think we ended last time with Bene saying, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And on that, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative and also pull up Roll20.
Ooh. Oh, we're going into it.
We're mixing it up, fellas.
Let the record show
Folks,
that when you paused on Diary of, my mind filled in the blank with a wimpy kid.
Oh, look. The preeminent literature of our time.
I got a 20 on initiative.
Ooh.
Starting strong.
Let me pull you guys over to the correct room as well.
And I only have a +1.
Damn.
I'm dropping water on myself. I'm dropping my dice everywhere. It's a great day.
You guys should be in the new map now.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Please don't be mad at me now that I've dropped you.
What other initiatives are we looking at?
I got a sweet
10.
little 20.
Oh wow! Who got a 7? Was that Benny?
10.
Oh, 10, excuse me.
I did roll a 7, but I have a +3 initiative.
Hell
Ooh.
yeah. Calanthe?
15.
15. Let's hop
Fitting.
into it. So this cloaked figure sees you guys come in. He's turned around from this fire that he's been lighting and goes, "Oh fuck." And
Is it the lion man? 'Cause I don't fucking trust him.
you'll see.
I also love that like Benny's like the first one in, and he's like, "Hey, stop!" But I'm awake. I have the lowest initiative, but hey, I'm a gatekeeper a bit. You stand right there.
Between Qell and Marius, who has the higher dex?
It's almost
probably-
certainly.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
20 dex.
Qell,
so.
you are first on the mark. What are you gonna do?
Oh boy. Okay. So I think I have questions, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know if this person is an enemy or not.
Yeah, who's this guy? Who is
Who knows? Do
I
you
mean,
want to roll
first off, I
an
gotta-
insight check to see?
I gotta come in first. So let me just scoot up over here.
Pull up.
Actually, he would not take a position like forward of Benny. He would try to stand side by side, but this is, I think, the best I can really do.
Benny, is it okay if I move you over a little bit to
Or
the left?
you could go one down and
Oh,
put
there we
your
go.
leg on the stool.
Okay, nah, I'll go there. I'm close enough to the stool. Although, his face is kind of angled this way, so maybe I do want to go over here so I can try and look at his face more.
Mhm. I could have you roll an investigation or insight check for that if you want.
I also should have True Seeing still live.
Oh,
Because I
right.
cast it at the
Oh.
beginning of that battle, and the duration lasts for an hour.
Does that mean you can see through material objects like cloaks?
I think only
See
if
things
it's
as they actually are.
Yeah,
the
only if
duration
it's like an
creature has
illusion.
true sight, notices secret doors hidden by magic, and can see into the ethereal plane.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Qell, what are we doing?
I think, firstly, I would like to just try and make a perception check to see what
Go
I
for it.
see. I just want to see if, like, I recognize this person, or specifically what he's doing. I want to know what this person is doing.
Okay.
what do your
I-
fish eyes see?
I'm going to roll a deception.
Not the best.
Not the best at all.
Yeah, it's a 13.
You can't see much of his. You can't see anything at his physical form. The hood of the cloak is just too far down. You can see around the room that he's just been kind of going through things. Like the room is in disarray.
Okay. Well, Hunger of Hadar is
Using my own tools against me.
not a grapple per se, but it does make difficult terrain.
Oh.
So I think that's the
Ooh.
closest I can get to trying to keep this guy around.
Okay.
Is that difficult terrain for everyone?
Yeah, it might be. You know what?
It's good to know. Though.
Maybe I don't initially go for the aggressive move. Here's what I'll do. Because we don't know who this is, I'm gonna make hopefully what Qell would consider a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hold a counter spell. And I'm
Okay,
gonna hold
got
it
you.
for if I see a spell attempted to be made by this person.
Mm. Counterspell's a reaction though, right? So you still have your action.
But if I hold it, wait.
Oh.
You're right. I
Yeah,
could
you
just do that.
Yeah.
So I don't need to hold it.
I love it when people counterspell other people's counterspells.
Yeah.
It's so
and
satisfying.
that one part in Critical Role where it's like Trent Icky-thon was like trying to do something and then Liam counterspelled it, but then like Aidwolf counterspelled it and then Ford tried to counterspell it. Like it was just like stacking. Ridiculous.
That's so
Okay,
sick.
well, Hunger of Hadar is a 20 foot, and these are 5, 10, 15, 20. That would make it harder for everyone if I did
everyone.
that.
Right, just have a little conversation.
Yeah, I think all I can do is talk, right? Because I don't want to make any aggressive moves against someone who is not doing much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what I'll do is I'll just bring the swords up
keeping this nice little distance here. And I will just look at this person, and I will say, "It would be wise to state your intentions first before things get messy."
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh. Which one's better? Persuasion or I guess they're both charisma.
Can I do intimidation?
Sure, yeah.
Well, that's a 24.
Wow.
A 24, yep. Mm-hmm.
He just kind of looks around. He's like, I don't want. You hear his voice really clearly for the first time. I don't really want to hurt you, but and he just kind of looks around and he's kind of confused. He takes a step back, kind of towards the window that's immediately behind him. There are windows on each side of this cabin, except for the one with the door.
Does this voice sound familiar to any of us?
You could roll me an insight check.
Okay.
I'm gonna say at disadvantage.
Shit.
No.
Okay, goodbye.
Can I also do that?
Yeah, you guys can all do it if you'd like.
Can you show me on the map where the window is?
The window is directly between. How do you do the clicky thing?
Oh,
You
fuck.
hold
Fuck.
the button.
I don't know why I rolled a second time because I rolled a nat 1 on the first one. God damn.
Oh, rip. Yeah. Oh,
I rolled a nat 20 on the second one,
Marius.
though.
Marius over here rolling 29s though.
Well,
And then
disadvantage.
the second one was
That's true.
15. So
That's still pretty good though.
Perception.
Yeah.
I rolled
18.
insight.
Oh.
Um,
We'll do different things. So for Marius, for you on that 15 insight, Qell and Calanthe, you guys didn't get things that would be like passing, right?
No.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't do it because I'm doing other
Unless
stuff.
it's
fair
perception,
enough.
in which case I did.
Marius, you have heard this voice before. You didn't speak to them for very long, but you have heard this voice before in the past week. Bene, you were rolling perception, right?
Yeah. And I got 8. Wait. 19. Sorry.
You see around the room, it doesn't look like this person has been looking for anything specific, just going through things. And you see under the cloak just a yellow kind of tip of something,
Yellow tip.
which is a horrible phrase. And I'm sorry that I spoke it. Is that the end of your turn? What? Yeah.
Well, no, I need to know where the window is.
Oh, sorry. So it's in between the bed and that chest.
So it's like here. Oh,
Here, there it is.
There.
And then
Right there?
here's another one, and here's another one. The blue lines are where the.
And after
the
he
windows
spoke,
are.
you said he was starting to move toward one of these windows.
Yeah, he starts to move backwards towards this window.
The one behind him.
Yeah.
Okay. Then after he spoke, I'm going to use the rest of my movement. Initially, I was trying to just stay with everybody, but I want to try and stop him from leaving. So I need to be closer to there.
Okay.
So I moved. I have 30, and I moved 10 to get in here.
Mhm,
10.
mhm,
So I have 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to get up here on the bed.
Hell yeah!
I just
do it.
jump up on the bed.
Get on that bed. Okay. Sounds
And I
good
try to
me.
make myself wide so that my swords are as close to like over toward the window as I can.
Just T-pose to a
awesome.
certain
Yeah, he is. I'm
dominance.
T-posing with the swords, with one trying to be in front of the window.
And that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
We'll move on to Marius. Marius, hit us up.
Okay. I wanna find out more about this person. But it's like all offensive spells.
It's just all so violent.
Yeah.
I heard offensive, but I knew that it was offensive.
They're
they're also-
very offensive.
They're very rude.
offensive.
Yeah.
Very
PG-13 spells at least.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh no.
I'm gonna use create water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna drench this guy in 10 gallons of water.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And because then he'll probably take off the soaking drenched clothes.
I can't catch pneumonia.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to get a wind chill.
Yeah. Classic villain material.
Oh, and I'll also move hop, skip, and a jump.
Perfect. Sounds good
It's
to
my
me.
turn.
So I am gonna draw. He's wet now, and that blue line represents that he is wet now. We move on down to him, though. You said that was the end of your turn, right, Marius?
Uh-huh.
Okay. He's going to take a look at all of you guys, and he is going to cast Misty Step.
I would
And-
love for that to not happen.
Are you going to do a counterspell?
Yeah.
Can I not counterspell your counterspell if he's casting Misty Step? Does that count as casting 2 spells per turn?
No.
I
no,
think
it's
it
a
does.
reaction.
But it's still 2 different spells.
Yeah, what level is counterspell? Is still 3rd level. So
Yeah, it's 3rd
Creatures-
level. Yeah.
3rd level or lower. And I'm casting it at 5th.
Okay, got you.
Because
Yeah,
those are the only slots I have.
yeah.
That's fine. So he tries to cast Misty Step as a bonus action. It gets counterspelled by Qell's counterspell. You see this misty aura start to. It goes from the water that Marius is drenched in, and it kind of starts to float off and wraps around him. But then Qell hits him with that counterspell, and it all just soaks back into him.
Hit him with that.
I think Qell
With
just
that
vacuum seals
counterspell.
him with the water that's around him.
That's sick. Then I just might have ruined the only turn I'm gonna get. He's just gonna try to, since he can't Misty Step, he is going to walk back and try to just climb out the window. And he does so. And he's on the other side of the wall now.
He takes an opportunity attack from Qell.
Okay, got you. Qell, roll me that opportunity attack.
Yeah. This guy's been good to me so far. So
Baby, be good to me.
Be kind, at the very least.
oh no, it stopped being good to me.
Oh no.
That's a 1.
That does, in fact, miss. So this guy's anything else you can do?
Qell just breaks the window. This way.
Just gonna make sure I don't have cantrips I can be using. Oh, I do. Then for his action, he is going to firebolt the house.
Rude ass. Ass of rude.
So I don't think I have to roll for that. Firebolt is just.
Well, especially at the house.
I'll roll just to see if he gets in that one.
Just for fun.
And he hits. So the house begins to be lit on fire, and it takes 1d10 damage. And then we move on down to the next person's turn, which is Calanthe.
Eat my fucking shorts. All right. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Take my full movement, Misty Step as my bonus action out the window right next to him, and just fucking. It's time to brawl, baby. So I'm gonna try to. Why did I take? Oh wait, no, I do have athletics. I'm gonna try to just grapple the shit out of him, hopefully pulling his hood down in the process.
Okay. Go for it. Do I have to roll an opposed check for that?
I'm not sure. Is to initially grapple someone just an attack roll?
Yeah, it's just an attack roll.
It uses your strength.
But it uses-
If you don't have an ability that does it, you just use your strength.
Do I use my athletics?
Yes, that's what it is. A grapple check is an athletics check usually.
Well,
But Eric can rule it different.
okay.
No, I'm fine with the athletics check. I don't roll against it though. It's just
I got a 22.
Strength.
I'm
gonna roll for him just to see what
I'm
happens.
fucking strong, bitch.
He doesn't get a 22. I'll tell you that. So you have him. How do you grapple him?
I would like to just. What is it called? What's it called?
Bear hug.
What?
I'd like to choke him out. Like when you do it like this, where you sort of like over. Yeah. And in the process of that, like as I'm moving the one arm behind his head, I'd like to pull the hood down.
Give me a sleight of hand for the hood.
So I'm just like actively just trying to choke him out and like reveal who he is. Sleight of hand. Oh boy. Not as good, but average 10.
You have him in this hold, and he just keeps wiggling and wiggling and wiggling, and you can't get your hand up to push back the thing. I rolled in the post check. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think she's even saying anything. I think she's just tired. We just did a fight.
Aren't
She's
we all?
tired. So she's just like, I think she's looking out the window at probably Bene, because that's probably the best angle of line of sight, being like, come here and help me, please. But not in an angry way, just to like, I'm so tired right now and I'm choking this man out. I don't even know who he is.
The person you're choking goes, fuck, get off me! Oh, get off me! And we move on down to Bene, if that's the end of your turn.
So, Bene sees that the house is on fire, so he's going to. Can I check something really quick?
Yeah, go for it. Take your time.
Just want to make sure I'm not doing some Looney Tunes type shit.
Yeah, we love Looney Tunes type shit here, though.
A Looney Tunes style one shot would be really fun.
That would be
awesome.
So, you can rule against this, but I want to see if I can do this, because
For sure.
it's a bonus action and it'd be really cool if I could. So Benny's gonna move up 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, cool. I need for him to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. He gets a 20.
Does he have disadvantage? Because
Oh!
I don't know if that's how grapple.
I'm unsure of that as well.
Let me check.
He got the same thing twice. He gets a 19.
Oh. Never mind.
Does 19 pass, John?
Yes.
Okay. I can still cast a spell from grapple, right?
All it says, it's not actually that good. All it says is a grappled creature's speed becomes 0 and can't benefit from any bonus to its speed.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, so the disadvantage wasn't a thing anyway.
So, but you're restraining me,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Fine. I then will just. Let's see those. I climb out the window, and I'm just going to kill this person. So for my first attack, great. 14.
That'll miss.
Okay. Second attack. Oh, there we go. That's a 23.
That will hit. As a reaction to that attack, though, he's going to activate a effect he has called Storm's Fury, and he gets to hit you with lightning damage now.
That's
so you roll me that damage, and I'll roll you this. You also have to make a strength saving throw, or be pushed 20 feet away from me.
17 points of damage.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
You said strength check.
Yes, please.
That's 24.
You won't believe it, but that will pass. Do you want to keep going with those attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Hit me.
And then, actually, I only have 2. Yeah, I only have those 2 attacks, and then use my bonus action. That'll be it for my turn. I'll stay there though, so Calanthe can get advantage.
Sounds good to me. So we're now back up to the start of the round with Qell. As we move back up to Qell, the fire continues to spread, and the house takes a little bit more damage.
It's fine. We can build a house.
Yeah.
We already have to rebuild the fort. We can build a house.
I know exactly what I'm doing. So Quell's going to look back at Marius. He's going to reach out. Well, both swords are out. He's going to reach out a sword, but he's going to turn it this way so that it's like kind of beckoning
Do it
this
separately.
way. Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's going to look at Marius and he's going to say, brace yourself. We're taking a trip. And I'm going to use my Mystic Arcanum to do scatter. And I'm going to take myself and Marius over here out the window. So I'm going to put myself in this space here in base contact with this guy. And I want Marius and the one next to me.
Epic.
Sounds good.
So functionally what I want to do here is I want it so that this guy is surrounded in base contact on all sides so that he literally cannot move without taking an opportunity attack from all of us.
Okay, got it. I think you succeeded in that.
And that's it. That's what I got.
Okay, perfect.
That was my action, I believe. Scatter is an action. I mean, I guess I could say something.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I already said something to Marius. So when we get here, I'll keep the swords out. Sort of appearing, like rising up from a puddle. The two of us show up there. And let's be like, think very carefully. That's it. That's what I got.
Okay. Let me move on down to Marius. Marius, what are you up to? What are you thinking?
Okay. So I'm gonna cast create water again.
Mhm.
This time it's like as it's described here, where the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area. So I like end up back outside. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll cast it again. Like, why are you being this way? Why are you? But I also have my what is it? My Warhammer just in my other hand,
Nice,
ready to
okay.
bonk.
Gotta do a bonk. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
This dude goes, he takes back his hood. I'll say that. He takes back his hood.
Just
and
shakes it.
he shakes it back. It's Bryson Beneford, who was the acolyte of Gerald Blueblond, who Marius met very briefly at the beginning of this. And he goes, you know what? Fuck you guys. And he casts Circle of Death.
Excuse me?
So you each have to give me a save. I'm trying to figure out what save it is. Con save.
Is it worth using my
Oh,
last
boy.
spell slot to try and counterspell this?
He's casting it on himself as well.
Well, it's still a spell, so he can counterspell it.
I think so. I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
what
true.
Circle of Death does, and I'm not gonna look.
Yeah, we can't be looking it up. It sounds like something that
It
would be
sounds
worth
bad.
trying to not have.
Yeah.
And if we're making a con save, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to try and
Context
counterspell
clues.
that if y'all think it's a good idea.
Context clues. I think that would be wise.
Okay, because this is what my spell slots are for. I'm not using them for attack most of the time. I'm
Yeah.
using swords for that. So I'll do it. Yeah, I'll use my last slot and I'll try it.
I mean,
So-
your swords are basically like spell casting already.
So you see this Aarakocra's man's eyes go black. He's this kind of like seagull dude. He looks really bedraggled, probably the worst you've ever seen him. He has just twigs sticking out of him from the marsh, all this stuff. You see him get this black necrotic energy in his eyes, that swirling, and it changes that swirling, scintillating, oil slick kind of material. And he begins to cast a circle around him, and quote counterspells it. He goes, "Fuck!" And then he just lays down on the ground.
Yo, let's stomp him out, bro. Stomp him the fuck
Was it a
out.
3rd level or lower spell? Is that why it just happened?
Oh, I forgot that was a thing of counterspell. No, Circle of Death. Circle of Death is a 6th level spell.
Okay. Yeah, so 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level. So my DC would be
15.
10 plus the spell's his spell's he said it was a 6th
Oh,
level.
6th
So the DC is 16. So I have to roll a D20 and add my charisma and beat a 16.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I right
Yes.
about that?
Yep.
Because you're
That's
casting it
correct.
5th.
When you cast it using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the interrupted spell has no effect if its level is less than or equal to the level, but I'm using it at 5th.
At 5th. So you still have to roll.
So I still
Audience, this game truly has, some would say, too many rules.
Come on, Ted.
Well,
Well,
this version
listen to-
has the least rules.
Yeah,
That's
of
true.
all.
I was
I
gonna
know.
say, like, talk to someone who plays 3 and it's like
Yeah.
they're like,
I was playing with a young woman who had only played in 3.5 and running her a 5e session once,
Hmm.
and we started and she's like, "Do I have to use my action to take my weapon out?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
No.
But I know that's a 3.5 thing.
And it's just my spellcasting ability, right? Not my
yeah, your charisma.
Yeah,
Are you-
but I'm
you
making
a
sure it's not
sorcerer?
with my whole spell. Fuck.
Warlock.
What did you
Uh,
get?
It was a 9 plus
Oh,
my charisma
no.
would be 14. So I'm 2 under. So
Okay.
it happens.
He
Wait.
doesn't lay down on the ground.
Wait, what? Wait, your casting ability is charisma as a warlock?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know why I thought they were wisdom, but
No,
Bruh.
yeah, I'm very much not a wisdom caster.
I got a
charisma caster all the
21
way.
on my con save.
I got an
Okay,
18.
That'll pass.
I will get it. Ooh,
21.
Oh, natural
21.
So 21.
21. Benny, what about you?
I rolled a 9 and my modifier
21.
is 10, so I got 21.
You guys
14.
all got 20. Wait, did you
I
guys
rolled a-
all get 21?
No, I got
I rolled-
18.
Okay.
I rolled a 14 and I have a +7.
That would still be bonkers even if you. Okay, perfect. So you guys are going to take each then only 16 points of damage.
Love to see it.
Okay.
And he tries to push out through you guys again. He tries to move through Marius and Qell.
Make that check, baby.
Yeah, let's make opposed strength checks with Marius and Qell.
Well, with me. Because I'm
Wait.
still holding him.
Oh,
he has
right.
Zero,
Oh, okay.
Zero
Mm.
movement.
And also, wouldn't we
Oh, yeah.
all
18.
get opportunity attacks?
He would need to get out of the grapple to even do that first,
For
Yeah.
sure. I think
which is an
that's
action.
That's probably the end of his turn. He just looks at you guys having cast a pretty dark spell on you and is like, fucking losers.
So I noticed on the map he's moved a little bit
Oh,
into
sorry.
the butt crack of me and
The butt
Marius.
crack?
The butt crack.
I moved him back now. He
Oh,
should
okay.
be in the
Like in the
center
dead
of
center
you guys.
between all of us?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
And he does just kind of sit down on the ground with his back to this now half burned house, moderately burned house. Looks up at you guys and he's like, "So are you like the cursed ones or whatever?" What?
Whose turn is it?
We're out of initiative. It's over.
Oh, he's just
Sorry, I
done.
should have
we?
said that.
Oh,
he's
wait,
just
oh.
he's
We don't know
Wait,
that.
wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know that.
I'm still
Oh,
choking
okay.
him out.
Wait,
like,
hold
I'm
on,
actually
wait,
then
choking
hold
he
on,
ends his turn. He ends his turn. Sorry.
Hold the fucking phone here. He doesn't get to decide. The fuck? Hey guys, I just saw myself. Like, can we stop? Like, guys, I was just kidding.
Stop playing. I want to stop playing right now.
Guys, it was a joke. Like, you don't cast Circle of Death on your friends as a joke. Oh my god.
When your players force you back into initiative.
Yeah. Bro, you ain't see what we did to the Kraken, bro? You think you're gonna do something different?
It's the end of Bryson's turn. Now goes to Calanthe.
Okay.
Fuck.
I mean, I'm actively trying to make him go to sleep. So I think talking is hard for him. But
fuck you guys. I'm so tired.
Go to sleep. I will just whisper in his ear, you have one chance to explain yourself, or I snap your neck.
What? Dude, what was I supposed to do? Like, I came to this island because I got kicked out of my crew that I was on, and I met Priam, who's this guy who like said he was a preacher, but he wasn't. And then he was trying to do this whole scary thing, and he said he needed help from someone. And then the night comes, and we're doing it, and it doesn't even seem like he cares who he takes. Like, besides like the mayor and that freak Lightfall, we thought Lightfall would be hard too, but he didn't even need to distract him when he's balls deep in the mayor, you know.
I tighten my grip. When he says that.
But when he and I got to the door, I was like, don't you need a seventh sacrifice? And he was like, I'm looking at one. And I was like, fuck, that wasn't part of the deal. And I saw that Ashag Mar guy in the water and tried to bring him over. He fought back. We took some of his life. And so Priam was like, you know, if you don't have to die, but you have to bring me someone. So it's either, you know, that kid that I got or me.
Okay.
So fuck you guys.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we already know Preacher Blue Bond's full name before this?
Yeah, from that book that Marius read. Oh, I don't know actually if we've made the connection that
that's what I was about to say, because
I'm so sorry for spoiling
he just
that.
said Priam. But as far as we know, the people who live on the island, that's not his name.
Sorry,
so
yeah,
it's like
it should have been a bigger reveal than it actually was.
No, it's great
yes,
actually.
indeed.
The fact that he spills his beans.
Yeah, I think he's kind of dumb.
Yeah, he's super. Dude, he has a 7 intelligence.
Are we? It feels like we're kind of out of initiative now.
I mean, Benny, if you want to go, you can go. He's just trashed your master to your face.
I mean, I don't need initiative to. I mean, we can always jump. We can always just hop back into initiative once I, you know, swing my blade. So.
I mean, he just mentioned Amados, so I feel like if we're not an initiative, I need to react to that. Because
yeah, go for it. Yeah, you guys aren't an initiative anymore, and Benny can swing whenever he wants to swing.
As soon as he says that he took some life from the Ashak Mar guy, I take one of my swords and I put it up right in front of his mouth, and then I spin it in my hand so the hook side is right on his lips, and I pull down like a hooked fish and hold it there. But I don't hook it all the way through. I just apply enough pressure to know that I can remove a lip at this moment.
Fuck you,
So I'm hooked in there.
Yeah.
You're not making any favors for yourself right now by talking that way to us.
My friend, my brother, Amados, is the Ashak Mar of which you speak. I am going to give you one chance to tell me, and I will know if you are lying. Is there a way to reverse what was done to him?
The only way to reverse the spell or curse or whatever is by beating Priam. Like, It's good luck. Like, maybe you guys have made it through these past things, but with the power of Oceanus on his side, and, like, the weapons that you guys are gonna get. You guys know about the weapons?
You're so fucking stupid.
What? No, it's what do you want? Like, you guys know the long way down thing, right? The whole poem, it's the only thing I have memorized. It's the only way to go is down, deeper than the sea, deeper than the deepest drowned, and farthest from the free. There lies the finest weapons made by any working hand, but only when the cost near paid can they return to land. Tides will rise, cities fall, mothers unmade terror toll, lest you ignore the ancient call and save the island from the squall. That's what he really wants. He doesn't just want the power of Oceanus. He wants those weapons as well, those legendary weapons. Because, I mean, all that together, like, who could oppose them, you know?
Well, I think if we get our hands on those weapons, I think we'll have no problem. We took down Kraken. I don't know if you were there for that, but
I mean, Kraken ain't shit to this.
well, the
you
Kraken
can
ain't
try.
shit to us either. So he's like kind of like getting in his face.
Hell yeah.
Calanthe will sort of I mean, she's already in his ear, so she doesn't have to speak super loud, but she'll just hiss into his ear. Now, tell me why I shouldn't kill you now.
I don't know, man. Aren't you guys like heroes or something? Like, you got the kid, the merman, the tour guide, and the fucking hometown hero, wherever you are. He looks at Bene. Look, I don't want to die. I won't pretend that I want to die. But, maybe that's where it's all heading anyway, if Priam wins.
I sort of look at everyone and ask silently, if it's time for me to.
I've still got the hook there, but I pulled it up a little bit so he could talk. When you give that look, I put it back in where it was, and I pull down just a little bit.
I didn't think you were I didn't think you were being serious. Just take me to jail. Isn't that what, like, isn't this a society? We live in a society. Shouldn't you take me to jail?
Bitch, fuck jail. We're abolitionists. What the fuck?
I'm a fucking pirate, mate.
I'll get very close, and I'll bare the sharp teeth and just breathe like right into his face, and I'll say, "No, you're right. According to this island and your curses, we are heroes. And the fact remains that the shock must be in balance. A life for a life. And so as long as Amados lives, you are lucky. Should things go otherwise." I pull down just a little bit harder. And then I pull it up really fast to just clock him with an elbow.
Oh, I won't even make you roll for that. He passes out. Or he gets knocked out.
So the full brunt of that, like being held up against someone's arm, he just takes the full kinetic energy of it. So it's like he doesn't even move.
If there's anything else anyone wants to say to him, you can, but otherwise, I think he gets knocked out.
It's been a long time since someone has made me so angry I start talking like my mother. Should we take him to jail, as it were?
I guess if we have to, you made a point.
I break
like...
I break 2 of his fingers on each hand.
He doesn't wake up, but those fingers are fucked up.
I am worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried that if we put him in jail, that if homie can cast like spells like that, jail isn't gonna keep him in there. Like,
Well, that's why I just broke his finger, so he can't
Yeah,
do the somatic parts.
The jail must have some kind of magical resistances because I mean it's used fairly often. So, and there's a lot of people that come to this island, so you'd expect them to have like a padded cell for magic users.
Anti-magic people.
if we take him to jail, we need to put him in the same cell as Sammy, and he can deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 layers of torture.
Do you guys want to head over to the stowaway then?
Sure.
We bound.
Okay.
Wait, can I investigate him?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Terrell's like house to
Mhm.
see like if he stole something or was like trying to look for something while in there.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't find a lot. It looks like he was just scavenging. I'll roll an investigation check. Sorry, that's a better way to go.
While Benny is doing that, I'm binding his hands and his feet and his mouth and breaking the fingers so he can't cast spells if he wanted to.
I got a nat 20 and
You got a nat?
investigation. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. I mean, Terrell's a pretty Spartan guy. Like he doesn't keep a lot around the house. If Bryson was looking for anything, it was probably food. But as you're looking through, you open up one of the chests, and something that Bryson has kind of tossed aside is a photo of young Benny and Terrell. Like Benny being trained by Terrell.
He was gonna burn this. I want to stab him. I want to kill him.
You also find a letter addressed to Benny.
Oh.
And it says on it, "Don't open until you leave."
Interesting.
That's what I find.
I'll hold on to that.
That'll be it. So you guys have been bound up, and you guys want to take him back to the stowaway? How are you carrying him? Are you like, does someone have him over his shoulder? Are you levitating? Dragging.
I could turn into a. I mean, we don't want to kill him.
No, we shouldn't kill him.
I can turn into something that can carry him. I could turn into a dire wolf, cotton candy dire wolf, and just carry him.
Candy dire wolf. That's such a sick. Everything about that is sick.
Band name.
Yeah.
No, truly, yeah. All right, so you guys, Calanthe turns into a dire wolf. You guys head back to the tourism district. The people see you now and kind of like go like, "Woo!" Like,
They're
good on
rooting
you.
for his sports team.
Yeah. Some kids kind of like walk around Calanthe and are looking at Bryson and like wondering what's up with him.
If they get too close to him, if they're trying to like touch him or anything, I'll growl at them. Not anything super actually aggressive, but enough to make a little kid be like, "Oh shit!"
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
And you guys make it to the stowaway, where you see there's a guard on duty who's just like, "Oh, hey, did you guys bring someone else?"
Yes.
Okay, well, shit. Does he need the magic cell, or is like, I mean, they're all magic cells, but does he need extra protection is what I'm asking, you know?
Yes.
Right.
And also we request that he share a cell with Sammy. I believe she's still in here.
You see from behind a pile of books that are for some reason in this cell now, you see Sammy peek and goes, "Oh my god, hi! It's been so long! I'm so bored. Did you bring me someone to talk to?"
I did. You know, we just felt so bad for you that you have to be stuck in here. And we thought, you know, we should give you a friend to hang out with. You know, he just doesn't know anything about like fashion or music or anything. And so he really needs you when he wakes up to just really go in on everything, you know.
It's like a blank slate that you can color in any which way.
Yeah.
Honestly, Benny, when we first met, I thought you didn't like me. There's a couple things that gave me a suspicion. But this now, I feel like we could really build something from this, you know?
Okay, well, have fun with that.
So yeah, you guys throw him in there. He starts to kind of wake up before you put him in the cell. And he has a gag in his mouth, obviously, but he looks at Bene and he goes, "You're not even a man enough to get mad, huh?" And he kind of says that through a choker, and then gets you could hit him if you want before he gets thrown into the cell.
It's like, bitch says what? Bitch says what? What'd you say? What'd you say?
And yeah, with that, the guard just tosses him in the cell. He hits a pile of plates that Sammy has collected, and the cutlery goes flying everywhere.
I would like to tell Sammy as well, just be like, it's also worth noting that this man is part of a conspiracy to destroy this island. So, any help that you could offer us in making his stay a little less comfortable, keeping him contained, I believe that you would be thought of quite fondly as a contributor to the salvation of this island, should you help us.
She goes, and I need to move away from the mic for a second. And is like, I've been trying to work on a kind of like anti-hero villain aesthetic for a while, and this is gonna be it. She's very excited. Do you guys want to dip out of there?
Yes.
For sure. As you guys head out, she goes, "Wait, Marius, stop. Do you want to talk for a second?"
It's kind of like an emergency, I mean,
But it's been like an emergency for the past, how many days,
yeah, I like kind of turn back at everybody else, and I'm like,
We'll wait up. Right outside.
okay, all right,
Right outside.
okay.
I won't keep him long, I promise. So, do you guys exit the other three?
Yes.
Yes, but
Okay.
she's true to her.
Right at the
she's-
door.
She's right there.
Okay.
And trying to listen if she can.
Sammy goes, so like, how far along are you guys? Are you almost done?
Well, we have a good idea of who's responsible and what we got to do to take them down, so to
Mhm.
speak. So I guess you could say we're getting pretty close.
And have you guys gone to the long way down yet?
No.
Because, like, I mean, that's why I came here, and she holds up a book of, like, it's like a locally published book about Maralone that you can get in the gift shop. And she's like, I mean, I already knew the poem, but I've just been reading it over and over, and it feels like it's what you guys are doing right now. And, like, if you guys go there and you claim those weapons, that's legendary. Like, that's truly the stuff that heroes are made of. That is how legends are born. It isn't like, how does that make you feel?
I guess I hadn't really considered it. But you're right.
I mean,
It was pretty good, I guess. I mean, I guess I never would have expected to end up in a situation like this. I guess even though that's what I've always wanted in a weird way.
Will you let me write a song about you? The brave cleric from the lighthouse with the power of the waves and the weather at his fingertips.
I don't know about that. I mean, a song, that seems a bit much. I mean, if you're gonna write a song about my friends. I mean, I'd say that they're a little bit more impressive,
They may
a little
be
bit more heroic.
I think you're plenty heroic. And you're just starting out. They all have a few years on them.
I guess
I
you're
want to see
right.
where you go next. One of the guards, hey Josh, and the guard goes, "What's up?" And it's like, you were telling me about like the guy who's in here right before, like the pirate. He's like, yeah, totally. And
Shoebuckle is his name.
oh, so you do know him? Like, how do you know him? That's so weird that you guys cross paths here.
Oh, well, when I was living in the lighthouse back on the mainland, we had a lot of vagrants come through.
Uh-huh.
And he was a regular because he could never stay on a crew for long enough to put together any decent amount of money. But yeah, in a weird way, like I kind of grew up listening to his stories and hearing him tell these kinds of legends.
Where did he get like taken? Like the other people in the island?
I don't know where he's gone off to, but hopefully once all of this is resolved, I'm sure he'll show up. He's
And if he needs saving, you're gonna save him, right?
I'd like to think I would. I mean, he seems invincible. That's the problem, frankly. He kind of like laughs to himself, kind of in a reflective way, kind of thinking about all the times that Shoebuckle showed up with like a giant like gaping wound, just like
memories
just waltzing in. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's a old friend. I mean, that's what you got to do for old friends, right? Stick your neck out for them.
I think you're right. And I don't think he's as invincible as maybe younger you might have perceived, because, I mean, I don't know, I have a feeling he's in the door maybe, or wherever you guys are ending up at after all of this.
I'd like to think that he doesn't have really much to do with what's happening, but I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit too hopeful.
Well, only weird interdimensional time will tell. Would you do me a favor, though? Would you make me a promise, actually?
Well, I guess it depends on the promise.
It's not too difficult to keep, but it's a pinky promise.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. What is it?
When you guys win, I want you to come back here and tell me the whole story front to back. Okay? I want to hear it from the hero himself.
Well, then you'll probably have to talk to Qell or Calanthe or Bene. I mean,
I want to hear it from you.
Okay, deal.
Deal? Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet. And with that, she kind of goes back to her books, and Bryson is still passed out in the corner. Do you want to head out?
Yeah, kind of give her a wink as I walk out.
King, what do you guys want to do next? Is there anything on the agenda for anyone?
When he comes out, I would like to sort of put my arm around him a little bit in sort of a big brothery kind of a way. I'll tell him, everything all right?
Yes. You know, she's a weird one.
Quite. I feel I should offer some advice. In our culture beneath the sea, there is something about certain things that Drylanders do that we abhor, that we do not understand. And, well, those who are grown, who, how should I say, try to feast upon those who are younger. We have a word for them below. We would call them perhaps a mantis. Should she try to strike first? If she were Ashakmar, it would be her head before yours.
Well, I appreciate that. I think she's harmless, though.
Against you, so would most.
Kind of rolls his eyes, but it's just kind of blushing as well.
You get one of those hard back pats.
Just a hard back pat. You love
It's
it.
like, oh, well,
I've never felt more affirmed in my life. I have a couple things that y'all could do, but if there's anything that you guys want to pursue, let me know. Or else we can just start kind of going through scenes.
I will really quickly, while they're having that conversation, turn to Bene and say, a little birdie told me that you like being one. And
It's pretty great. You know, they can like fly, and you know, it's like I can eat seeds as you know, and as I am now, but I don't know. I feel like birds really got a knack for it.
well,
I'm going into too much detail.
when this is all over, I can make sure to prepare the appropriate spell, and anytime you would like to feel that feeling, I would be happy to provide that for ye.
You so much. And he, Bene, gives you a hug.
Yeah, they have like a little bro moment.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Qell and Marius are still walking as they're like enraptured with their own conversation. They're like 50 feet away, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta catch up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Calanthe, you see Kyleson just kind of sitting near the dock, kind of fiddling around with some rope, it looks like he's doing some knotting work for a keel. But he looks kind of, give me an insight check.
Insight check.
While you're rolling that, can I ask what time of day it is right now?
That's a great question. You know what? It's definitely 2 a.m. It's definitely, we were definitely fighting that at
True.
No,
No,
maybe
we were
it's like,
fighting that at night.
but we went
Yeah.
there at sundown.
True.
It came out at sundown, so we could say it's probably 11
Couple hours
p.m.
later.
Yeah.
I know my boy. I've been with my boy since I was 18 for like 10 plus years.
Hell yeah.
That I got a 27.
He's on the verge of crying.
Okay. I go see him.
Oh, hi, Captain.
Just
I was
sit
just-
down, start doing some of the knots with him.
I was just helping out Akil and Pier and Crest because we gotta, tie some of the boats closer into the dock. And so you're sitting there, and like right at the edge of the dock is that curtain of fog still. It is so claustrophobically close, and you can't see anything beyond it. There's no horizon, there's no sea. It's just this wall of fog.
I hate that.
It's
Point of
bad.
note, I hate that.
And he goes, Captain, I know you're like strong and all of that, but I was just sitting here and kind of like doing my work, and I was just thinking, like, what if you don't come back from one of these? I know you will, but what if you don't? And what do I do if Chadney doesn't come back? And like, where do I go, and what do I do with the boat and the business, and what do I do with the house, and where would I stay, and would I go on another boat? Could I even serve under another captain?
I take his face in my hands. If I've learned anything from the past 6 days, from my from my friends, it's that worrying and getting in your head before you know what you're actually dealing with will serve no one any good. I will not lie to you. I am worried. I don't know what will happen, and I will not disrespect your intelligence by promising you that I will return. But you know me, and I know you, and we are capable. We are strong. So it's gonna take a lot to bring me down and to bring you down. I mean, look, we've fought a fucking kraken like it was nothing. The thing that people like you and I fear.
Yeah.
It will be all right.
Thank you, Captain.
I would say, consider what would happen if our paths diverge. But no point in worrying about it if it's not going to happen. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but...
Do you want our paths to diverge?
Something has happened. That is good. It's good. But it may be different than what you and Chadney want. Guardios reached out to me and
What?
imbued me with some of their power. And
Whoa.
that's a new commitment that I never saw coming. And I don't know what they will ask of me, but I am willing to work with them and work with the Ashakmal. And if that means I stay on the island and you and Chadney want to go, I will not stop you. That would be the worst case scenario, but it's a possibility. But again, we don't know what's going to happen with that. And whatever happens, we'll all talk about it and see what we want.
But we gotta get through tomorrow first.
One step at a time.
Yeah. But congratulations. Wow. That's unreal.
It's, all those times that I turned into a fish trying to sneak in and I was caught immediately, thrown out by the sea itself.
Now you got a direct line in.
It's strange. But good. I just am intrigued, really.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I won't abandon you, and I won't push you away. But you two are your own people. You're adults, and sometimes life throws weird shit at you, and you have to deal with it. But let's just take it one step at a time. A day on the sea is never promised. Just trust in yourself and trust in me, and I'll trust in you, and we'll all trust in each other, and it'll turn out fine.
That sounds good to me. Thank you, Captain. And
Give him a kiss on the-
congratulations. The noggin?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. He goes back to his work and just keeps fiddling around.
Calanthe's hands are shaking as slightly as she walks away.
It is midnight. Do you guys want to go to bed?
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Bedtime for Bonzo, baby.
Yeah, I don't need as long, so I'll join in a little bit.
Okay.
Um,
But the rest of the crew, do you guys go to sleep?
Yep.
Okay.
I do at least.
Yes.
Perfect.
Marius is like,
2 fights, too much.
Too fast, too
Um,
much.
But Ian, Quell, do you want to go to Guardios? Or what
well,
do you
is
think?
there enough coastline to like? Because you said there's fog like on the water, like really close. Is there enough water to even like wade out waist deep in on the beach, or is
You
there
could
just enough?
there's probably enough for one person to be going kind of horizontally along the line. And
Okay.
while you're going along the line, you hear this ambient like crashing of water noise. It's honestly kind of overwhelming as you're trying to make your way through this thing.
I will tell the group before they turn in and we kind of diverge. I'll point over to the coast kind of toward in the direction where I'm going to go, and I'll tell them I will join you in a while. I need to spend some time on the coast, but if you require anything, please come find me. I won't be hard to find.
alrighty.
And he'll walk down just a little ways off
Mhm.
and then go to the coast, and he'll stand there with his like not quite letting his feet touch the waves yet as he
Mhm.
looks. He doesn't have the swords out, but he'll just unbuckle his belt thing with the shell on it, the shell covering his shoulder, and he'll pull it off, I think for the first time in this game that anyone would have seen.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
no one's here watching at the moment, so he takes that off, and for audience reference, you would see for the first time that there is a big like bite scar here from his fight with the Kraken that is covered by this big shell that he always wears. So he takes that off and he stretches it a little bit, and then he takes a little step into the water, and then he'll just kind of one by one, well, he only has one other article of clothing, so he'll just kind of strip his little pants off until he's fully nude, and then he'll bring the swords out and hold them down alongside his waist,
Mhm.
and he'll close his eyes and just start walking into the sea, letting the swords be completely submerged. So
Mhm.
once he's like, I don't know, up to here maybe, enough
Mhm.
so that the swords are covered and it's like up past his waist, he'll just stand there in the water, sort of with his eyes closed, listening to that sound sort of crashing and breaking. And he'll sort of pulse as much energy as he can through the swords, and he'll just say out to Guardios in his mind, I thank you for the new power. I hope that I have used it well. I have gathered much shock from our enemies. Let it now be cleansed and returned to you. To all of us. And in his mind, from his life drinker ability, he feels personally, whether it has any mechanical utility or not,
Mhm.
who knows? But he feels that after he uses life drinker a certain amount, he's got shock like stored up in the swords as like a conduit, and he releases it back into the sea. He's just trying to restore balance as much as he can in his belief system. So
As you do that, you hear in your head kind of Gordius like exhaling as you release the shock back into the sea. I think Gordius would speak in your head then and say, my son, I would like you to come visit your friend Amados just for a moment.
does
If
he
you
still
would.
sleep?
He does still sleep.
I will come. He'll step out, put his little pants back on, put his little shell back on.
Mm-hmm. You are riding the coast, and you make your way around to the cave in which Gorgias is kind of taking refuge right now. You maneuver through that. It's dark. The water's really cold, just like really, really frigid. And none of the sun's rays are reaching Gorgias here. So once you reach them, the impossible angles and the grand arches of their forms seem diminished. The colors have faded. There aren't as many fish and other friends of the sea wandering through their vastness. You set your attention on where you want to go, and of course you are able to make your way to the healer center. You arrive and you see Perlise is seated on one side of the bed. She looks like she's been there for a while, like days, just watching him and doing whatever she can to tend to him. There's another seat across from her.
He'll just sort of, I think he'll put his hand on sort of the back of her elbow and just like rub it slightly for a second before he goes to sit down.
And when you do that kind of just affectionate touch, she like closes her eyes and kind of sinks into it for a minute, just of like, it's a pure exhaustion. Just, she looks at you and goes, "He's fine as far as I can tell. His heart still beats, pumping blood through his veins. He breathes, yet he appears to be in a stasis. I've used all my tricks and all my bottles and all my potions and salves, but none have awakened him."
You've done right by him and by me. Your best, truly. I must tell you a truth both terrible and promising. I've discovered the one who did this to him. And should my friends and I find victory, in his death will Amados live.
I am relieved to hear that can be salvation for Amados, but even if the individual is bad, to use a rather common word, I don't cherish the shuffling and rebalancing of lives with one another. But if that's what it takes to heal this island, heal Guardios, and bring us back into the sunlight, then I trust you. And may I just say, I will trust your judgments always going forward. She puts out her hand, just kind of like, it's not a handshake, but just kind of that gesture kind of thing.
Your trust means everything to me, but I must tell you that recent events have adjusted my perspective somewhat. All these years spent rebelling, fighting against the council's will, trying to bring you all up to the surface and bring others below simply for my own satisfaction, truly, but I had the right idea and the wrong means, I believe, now. And you were right to criticize me. You were right to try and keep me in check. But things have changed, and will continue to do so. It is no longer about me anymore. I will bring us what hope and glory that I can. And when my time is over, there will be another. And in time, more. Power shared.
Never thought that in all my days I would live to see a time where Drylanders help defend Guardios from a threat coming from the sea itself. But we do live in strange times.
Strange times and stranger tides. This is the life we've chosen. Take a rest. I have some time.
She gratefully nods at you and goes back into kind of like her office where she has a bed and she falls asleep. And we kind of fade out on you sitting next to Amados and
Just hold his hand for a while.
Yeah. So as the next morning dawns, what do you all want to get up to? You know what you have to do today. You have to go the long way down, but is there anything you want to take care of, conversations you want to have before you head out?
I think Calanthe is just very like
Vibing.
but not saying anything. Being like, you know the secret now, but you haven't talked to me about it, but I'm gonna still be like, hey. Very like smug. So like every now and then she'll just look over with like
Oh, well, I don't
Kinda.
even think he said he was going to come back in the morning, but I don't think he did. I don't think he did because he went to go see Amados in the middle of his like cleansing thing that he was trying to do. So I feel like he just tries to finish that. So when you
But
guys
you would
wake
come
up
back
in the morning-
eventually.
yeah, the timing might be a little weird. Like, I feel like when everybody starts waking up in the morning, like he would have stayed with Amados as long as he could. So when everyone starts waking up, he might still be like sleeping on the coastline, which is like
Okay.
in view enough. Like you can see where he is and you know where he is, but
Mhm.
that's where he is. Like he doesn't immediately come back to the house.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he's hoping that someone will like call him or wake him up when it's like time to plan what we're gonna do.
Gotcha. So Calanthe, do you want to head out and look for him, or do you want to do something else?
Can I? This is a question I wanted to ask Qell, but I think she'll just try it and see if it works.
Mhm.
Can I like actively choose to communicate telepathically with Guardios or with Qell?
Guardios certainly. Hello. Did you wish to speak with me?
Oh yes, I was just wondering if the Ashok Ma can talk to each other in their minds, or if not, like if I have that power now. 'Cause,
Ian,
you
correct me
know.
if this is wrong. They can all talk to me, but there hasn't been an instance where it all talk together. My relationship with Qell is, and you now, I suppose, is very specific in that you can really hold the conversation with me, whereas I'm just kind of, in a way, flitting in and out of the consciousnesses of the other Ashok Mar. We don't have full conversations, but they understand my intentions and what I hope for them, and I understand what they want for themselves.
Interesting. Well, that's good to know. I just wanted to figure that out because, as you can probably
Of
tell,
course.
Qell is all the way down there, and I'm all the way up here, and I would have to go and get him.
If you wish for there to be a connection between you and Qell mentally, I can attempt to make that so, but I would ask him before I create the link.
Oh yes, completely. I wouldn't do that without his permission either. I'm lazy right now, and I just wanted to know. But thank you. I will go do the not lazy thing and go get him myself. And
Well, don't fear. I can bring him to you. I think Gordius will actually speak in Qell's head. This is, I think, actually the first time you guys have talked about this. And say, hello, my chosen. You are aware now that I have gifted your companion Calanthe some powers, and she now holds a connection with me that is similar in a way to the connection you have with me, but not formalized, as it were. How does that sit with you?
So his eyes slowly open because this woke him up. He was dead asleep. On the probably like on the water, on his belly with his ass to the sun.
Hot.
So he just wakes up and with this question. And he's like, did she ask for these? Oh wait, I don't need to speak in common right now. Did she ask for that to occur?
No, I suppose she didn't, but I felt the calling, as it were. Perhaps it was because of her connection with you that drew me to her. But I believe she is strong and noble, and as a drylander, I believe she can be trusted with these powers.
Well, I would tend to agree with you, and I will defer to your judgment on the matter. As for a telepathic link, I'm open to a line of communication, but I don't wish to open a line where I passively see into her mind. This would not be favorable to either of us, I believe. Not, at least not yet.
Of course, no. You, there will be no instance in which you can see into each other's mind unless you wish it. It will simply be as if you were talking, but you won't be using your lips or vocal cords.
Right. If I'm, because okay, Benny's house is kind of on the coast, right?
Kind of, yeah. It's
Yeah.
You would, if you're kind of near the tourism district, you would go to the left towards the farming district, and it's kind of between the farming district and the tourism district, I think.
Okay. So he might be like vaguely in view from that, like the back deck or whatever.
He has a really tall house, so like, yeah, it
Because
probably
he didn't
looks
want to
over
be
most of
too
the
out
island.
of sight. He didn't want to worry anybody, so he's
Yeah.
visible. Like they know. Otherwise, right? He wouldn't have like wandered off and slept in the sea. Like it's only because he knows that he's right there. So he kind of puts together what's happening, and he looks up and he squints up to see if Calanthe is like watching, and he's still very much in the water. Like he stands up, but he's in the water, like with it up to here. And he looks up at Calanthe and he squints up, and he like waves a little bit, and then he'll ask Gordius, will be like, would you advise her to possibly turn around or close her eyes, or whatever is preferable to her?
He wishes you to turn around. I said it to Calanthe.
When Qell like waves, Calanthe will wave back, like turn halfway around and like smack her ass, point at Qell and give him a thumbs up, and then turn around fully.
Iconic.
He just looks like,
and that's where we end that scene now.
yeah, he'll come out of the sea then and put his clothes back on, unsure of what that meant, and walk back up to the house.
Perfect. Okay. As the rest of you guys are waking up, is it margarita time? It's been a minute since you guys have had a moment together.
I don't know. It's a little early for March.
Yeah. I'm gonna
drinking,
say.
Wow,
drinking.
this is true character development right now.
Yeah, I feel like maybe not like literally as soon as he wakes up. You know.
Fair enough. That's entirely valid.
Maybe I bring some fish.
Excuse me. That's fun.
in
like
my
fish.
hands.
So you guys eat a breakfast together, enjoy each other's company.
Now when Qell shows up, she's like giving him like the like smug looks. Because they haven't had a conversation about it yet.
Yeah.
So she's like,
He's like cutting
"Ooh."
fish.
Is that something that you guys want to do? Talk about real quick?
I think we should cut to somebody else for a
Mm.
while.
For sure. I think we'll be heading into the long way down in just a second. I think that you hear a knock at the door. Benny, do you want to open it? Or-
Yeah, I go over and open the door.
You open the door and you see Qell Carrington, the dock master, former previous assistant dock master. Oh, hi, Benny. I just wanted to come and bring you all some food, but it looks like you might have some already. But here's some more, just in case.
Thank you. Did you come all this way just to give us food?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see. It's been a few days since we've talked. Kind of missed, talking to you for moments as you disembarked people from the golden hour. Feels like it's been much longer than a week since we've been going about our normal operations.
I agree. Would you like to come in?
No, I really have to get back to the dock. But
okay.
I just wanted to say, this can't be easy. I know it can't be easy. You have all been placed in a deeply troubling situation.
We're
and I
all
wanted
in this situation,
Yeah, but I wanted to commend you for, the overall smile that you've kept on your face most of the time going through this. I know that it, again, can't be easy to not feel as if the world is closing in, but just wanted to say, it's okay to let go and feel things if you need to.
Thank you, Akil.
Sorry, this is weird.
Thank you
I
for
don't know
giving
what
me
I'm
that permission. No, I mean,
yeah,
I appreciate that.
It came out. I don't know what I was.
Can I insight
Oh,
check him?
Yeah.
While you do that, Benny just gives him a hug, and he just says, and Benny just whispers in his ears "You can let go."
21.
He's not. I'll roll to see.
My main question is he projecting? Is he trying to say
that's-
that? Yeah.
He
John and I are on the
is-
same page.
Yeah.
He is. But it's kind of a conflation of things because he is projecting, but he is also worried about Benny because he has a crush on Benny, and hasn't spoken for several days, and has seen you guys come in and out of town looking really fucked up, and hasn't touched base with Benny about that. He has been completely consumed by his job and taking over for his probably dead dockmaster that was the dockmaster prior.
Right.
But he pulls away from the hug with Benny, and he is crying a little bit.
Mhm.
And he goes, best of luck in whatever you do next. And if you ever go into a dark place, just know that you have my lighter still. At least I hope you do.
Benny is I swear I have it. I just woke up. I just my pajamas don't have pockets.
That's
So-
totally fine.
So I can't pull it up right now in this moment, but I need you to know I know where it is. And I know as a character he can't do perception checks, but I as the player do the perception check. But Benny is in his mind just where the fuck did I leave it? Where did I leave it? Later. He's just yeah, no, I still have it.
Well, best of luck. Now that most of the boats are taken care of, I'll probably be helping with the party. I hope that we all can celebrate being free of this mess soon.
We definitely will. So don't worry yourself too much, okay?
Cheers to you all. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you
And
for the
he
food.
waves. It's in kind of waves. And walks away really quickly with his head kind of hunched down.
Poor guy.
He's just feeling a lot of things, and he's projecting all of it onto the person that he likes. Classic.
So are you going to shut him down? Do you have any feelings for him?
A very like, yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy, but I mean, I don't really have a lot to work with, really. It's like, does he actually like me? Is he just being friendly? And it's like, I don't really want to assume anything. He hasn't really like.
As an
I guess he's
outside
giving me
observer.
gifts.
As an outside observer, I think you can make the assumption that he is just bad at showing his feelings, but in a way that you can receive them. But we can see it. We can see it. So when this is all over, you might want to have that conversation with him.
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Kind of is like
Fair
fair.
enough.
We've all been there.
We'll see.
And as you guys finish up your breakfast, I imagine you head over to the long way down. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Did you
So-
want to have a conversation about your power stuff?
Maybe you can do that as you guys walk.
Yeah, we could do that as we're walking.
You make your way through the tourism district, and you walk along the island towards and up the hill towards the long way down.
Are you still being weird? Okay. He's been trying to the whole time, and finally he'll just be like, I must tell you, I don't know what that means. Are you trying to
What?
tell me something?
What?
When you go
What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything.
and he with his eyebrowless face, he's like, I don't know what this is. What is this?
Well, it's just did something really cool, and you haven't talked to me about it yet.
Well, I suppose that this whole thing is incredibly personal, and I do not wish to pry and push about something until you are ready to speak on it, and you have this thing happening, and I don't know what to do with that, so I was waiting for a sign of some kind.
Well, that was it. Hmm.
That just now was it. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think that I'm happy. For as long as I have had this power, I have believed that it was mine, my responsibility, and that I was to be this champion, and I saw others see me that way, so I tried to become so, and I reveled in it. I still do. That's not going to change, but I have been trying to change hearts and minds for the wrong reasons. I had it all wrong with the council. I was trying to appeal to this, but in a way you have shown me it's not that. I think you have opened the door, shown me what I actually am meant to be for them, for the people of this island and for my people as well, to open that door. And so you have saved me again.
Well, I can imagine it's nice not feeling so alone. And it's nice to know that the sea likes me. And it's nice to know that you like me. And it's nice.
I mean this as no insult. But in all my years as an Ashakmar, I have never felt alone. To be with Guardios is to never be alone, really, but...
Alone in your position.
Yeah. I never knew how much I craved to share. Yes. Yes, I am less alone.
Burden shared is no longer a burden, and I am glad to be able to at least start learning what you do and what your role is by being given this power and hopefully doing this. She sort of points to everything that like he does by pointing at his person together. And she puts her hand on the back of his neck again. And when she takes it away, she'll turn it and with one nail drag it down his spine a little bit.
Oh my. That's a lot. Okay, he shivers very visibly. And his gills go and then he tries to like get over that for a second. And then he goes, if you require my help to understand this, to learn, I am here for you. But I do not wish for you to think of me as a teacher, more partner in this quest to learn. And he'll reach up to the shoulder thing, to his pauldron, and he'll pull it back a little bit and show you for the first time what's there. And he'll say, this I have hidden for long. The beast, when I faced it before, it nearly killed me and left because, well, who knows why, but it was done, satisfied. I did not drive it back. It weighed and measured us, me. Perhaps lost interest. But seeing us now best it so easily, and then seeing you wield this power, I should not hide this anymore. It shows that I am not Paragon. I still have much to learn. And I imagine there is much for you to show me. And he'll finally return the gesture. And then he'll walk a little bit, just like, not ahead, but just alongside. Very pointedly.
Amazing. That's hella cute. Okay. You guys are traipsing up this hill, having emotional conversations left and right. But you finally ascend to the very, very top of the island, which I'm not sure if you guys have really been there too much before. You can see the whole island pretty much spread out before you, but of course you can't see to the horizon because there's just this dome of fog surrounding everything. But you turn to see the long way down, which is this cave, and over the cave's mouth, there's a sign painted in red letters with some fairy lights around it that says the long way down. It's a newer sign made by Celsius Yell Gas, so the paint kind of shines in the sunlight. Inside, you see the usual oil lantern that lights the cavern surrounding the biggest tourist spot on your island, which is really just a hole in the ground. From the cave
It's
mouth.
real big though. It's a real
It's
big hole.
real big.
It's real deep.
You walk into the cave. You guys look down at the hole itself that descends down into infinity. And over the years, people have put like oil lanterns down there and things to kind of like lighten it up to show how far down it goes. It's black. It's pure blackness, and there's the kind of scintillating tar-like mush that you guys are so familiar with. And there's no ladder.
So I guess we're diving head first, or how's this gonna work?
I can take everyone if we want to. I can fly us all down there. I mean, if you want to dive in, I can let you go slightly above.
As you guys are deliberating, the mush starts to kind of ooze up and up and up and out of the hole, and it's starting to cover the ground of the cave, and it wraps around your ankles and pulls you in. And that's where we're gonna take our break! Yay!
Oh shit! Never mind.
That's the end of part 1 of episode 7 of Below the Shoreline. Stick around for part 2. I do have to say now, because I've forgotten to say it on literally every episode of this show, all the assets that we use in Roll20 are in the description. So if you want to go support the artists who make all this cool stuff, feel free to. And you can see just kind of like the shit that we use. But for now, get ready for the long way down and beware of what lurks below the shoreline. Bye!